hand you all, or Marlon will provide it later on, a statement on Afghanistan. And we support, I'll just give you a little summary of it at the outset here. We support the Afghan efforts to fashion a stable, broadly based government responsive to the needs of the Afghan people. Throughout the long, dark years of Afghanistan's occupation, the international community has been steadfast in its support of the Afghan cause, and this certainly has been true for the United States. Our commitment, the commitment of the United States to the people there, will remain, and will remain firm, both through our bilateral humanitarian aid program and through United Nations efforts to remove the mines and resettle the refugees and help reconstruct the war-torn economy. So we would call upon the Soviet Union to refrain from other forms of interference in Afghan affairs. The Soviet Union has nothing to fear from the establishment of an independent, non-aligned Afghanistan. And they do bear a certain special responsibility for healing the wounds of this war. And I would hope that the Soviet Union would generously support international efforts to rebuild Afghanistan. And there'll be a fuller statement on this later on.
Hoping also that the rebels will not conduct a bloodbath once they get in the ascendant and really take power. I mean, it's a two-way street, isn't it? In victory magnanimity, is there any sense that you would like to convey that to the rebels, or do you think it's just a one-way street for the Soviets?
Well, I don't think a bloodbath is in anyone's interest, and I think if we had a catalytic role, I would hope it would be, along with others, working towards reconciliation and towards a peaceful resolution now to all the problems. There's been enough of a bloodbath there, and so I think you raise a good point, Helen, and yes, I feel strongly that time for recrimination is over. Time for bloodbaths is over, and I would like to see the various factions get together and come up with recommendations that would lead to a peaceful Afghanistan with no more bloodbaths.
Mr. President, the Soviet Union is calling for an immediate ceasefire in Afghanistan and an embargo on arms shipments. Would you go along with that idea?
Here's one of the complicating factors on that call. There is some concern about what we call stockpiling, and it would not be fair to have tremendous amount of lethal supplies left behind and then cut off support for resistance, and thus leaving an unacceptable imbalance. And so before one could do anything other than appeal for peaceful resolution, which I've done, one needs to know the real facts on this question, this troublesome question of stockpiling.
So does that mean that we'll continue to aid the rebels?
That means we will do what we need to do to see that there is a peaceful resolution of this question, that one side does not dominate militarily, and we will be encouraging reconciliation.
President,